What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video here at Wall Street PR. In today's video, I'm going to be going over a company known as Petroteq Energy. Their ticker symbol, as you can see in the top left of your screen, is PQEFF, and they're currently trading at 35 cents per share. They're down a little bit from their previous high of 43 cents per share that they saw back on January 12th of 2022, but overall, they have had a nice big move up as of late, and they have held this move, and it has been a sustainable move, and that's exactly what you want to see as an investor or as a potential investor in a company. So this overall chart is looking very bullish, but I'll get more into that and give my price target and analysis towards the end of this video. But as always, before I do that, I do want to mention what the company does, give some overview and background on what they do, and talk about some of the recent news and catalysts regarding the company. So if we take a look over here on petroteq.com/about, this is their official website. You can see they say they are the future of green oil. They're a Canadian incorporated holding company, publicly trading on the TSX Venture Exchange under different ticker symbol PQE, and then the over-the-counter pink market, which is what I just mentioned, of PQEFF. And their executive offices are located in Los Angeles, California, and their initial oil sands processing plant is in Vernal of Utah. And the company specializes in oil production with ancillary offerings in mining and sand remediation. They've developed proprietary technologies that enable us to produce oil without water, waste, tailings, ponds, and emissions. In addition to sustainable oil production, our technology cleans oil sands of all hydrocarbons, creating a purified sand as part of our overall ESG strategy. So obviously, guys, this is some pretty big stuff, some pretty exciting stuff, producing oil without water. Obviously, that's just something that isn't really talked about much today. So if we take a look at some of the recent news regarding Petroteq, you can see this is from digitaljournal.com. This was published on March 29th of 2022, and it's titled Petroteq announces that its founder, former chairman and CEO, Mr. Alex Blumkin, supports the takeover bid and has tendered shares to take over bid from Vistin Swiss United AG. So a company's kind of coming in and trying to buy out Petroteq. The CEO is kind of supporting it. He does have a majority stake, obviously, of those shares, and he is putting them up to be tendered. So that is something to keep in mind as well. This is the most recent news regarding Petroteq, and it obviously is some pretty big news as well. So I'm going to briefly go over this down here. You can see that they announced that he's been advised by its founder, former CEO, like I just mentioned, that he has offered up all of his shares or tendered those shares in respect to the offer. You can also see that the company known as Vistin is planning to purchase all of the issued and outstanding common shares of Petroteq, and the offer does remain open for acceptance until 5 p.m. Toronto time on April 14th, 2022, which is in about 2 weeks, unless the offer is further extended, accelerated, or withdrawn by the offer in accordance with its terms. So it's most likely looking like this offer will be accepted, and the buyout process or the transfer process will obviously take place. If we take a look down here as well as some of the other recent news, if you are a current shareholder through a broker or intermediary, you should promptly contact them directly and provide their instructions to tender to the offer, including any US dollar currency election. Registered shareholders that hold common shares in their own name need to complete a letter of transmittal and send, along with share certificates or DSR statements, to the depository at the address listed on the letter of transmittal. So obviously, guys, lots of stuff is going on. Lots of changes are happening in terms of the company's management, but in terms of where they're sitting as a whole, I think they're doing very well. I think they have a great future, and I think that despite a company coming and buying them out, I think it could be a good thing. If someone really wants to come in and take over and purchase all the shares and kind of change things up a little bit, I think that could be a good thing for the company as well. So to close things out over here on the chart, you can see they have sustained this move. They have been up as of late. This is a pretty strong support line that they have down here at 30 cents per share. If you are going to be a buyer in the company, I think that's the price target of where you get in, right down there at 30 cents per share. And I do think they will go back down to this level as well. In terms of a current resistance line, they currently have that at 40 cents per share. That's a level that they have struggled to break above in the past. So I'm going to go ahead and actually mark these lines in, both of them. There is that support line at 30 cents per share. And there is that resistance line up here in just a second at 40 cents per share. So they are kind of clearly trading in this channel right here, bouncing off of both support and resistance lines, not really making up making a move in either direction. You can see in terms of these indicators down here, this RSI indicator is sitting relatively neutral at 54.83. And if we zoom in a little bit further, you can see the MACD indicator is leaning slightly bullish. It's not a clear bullish momentum or anything like that, but this chart is looking pretty good in terms of the overall direction. If I zoom out a little bit further and give my prediction, I think we're going to see a move like this. I think it's going to pull back down to the support level that I just mentioned. I think it's going to once again hold true, bounce off of this, and then I think it's going to finally make that break and eventually break out of this channel and see a new high, maybe 50 cents per share, 45, 50 cents per share is going to be my first price target for Petroteq Energy. I think this is just a breakout channel waiting to happen. I think they will get that push. I think that new buyout offer or the management switch up is going to potentially be that catalyst to give them that little push to break that previous resistance level. And then once they do that, who knows what could happen. They could continue running or they could plummet back down. But in my opinion, guys, 30 cents per share, 29 cents even per share is where you want to buy if you are looking to be a buyer in this company. But with that said, guys, be sure to do your own research before investing and only invest what you can afford to lose. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.